Alright, Jake with Jake Hoback Knives. Today we're just going to quickly talk about red Loctite. I don't understand why there's this gigantic phobia about red Loctite. It's really not that big a deal to use it on a knife. It is a big deal when you strip out a screw because you didn't realize that you needed to heat up the screw before you unscrewed it. So that I can understand. So pay attention. That's really all there is to it. Feeling a little ornery today if you couldn't notice. Okay, so let's go over red Loctite. I just use Permatex Thread Locker Red High Strength. There's a couple ways you can go about this. If you basically sterilize the threads, male and female, with rubbing alcohol or acetone or nail polish remover or unicorn piss, whatever you have available, you put red Loctite on there, it's going to be a high strength bond. Now, if there's a little bit of oil or grease or boogers or bubble gum from your pocket still in there, it's not going to be as high strength bond. Keep that in mind. Personally, I just like red Loctite because it's pretty easy that if it's still a little bit oily, a little bit greasy, whatever, it's still going to bond enough to where the pivot is not going to just come loose on you when you're using it. So keep that in mind. Loctite is not that big a deal. So many people are like afraid of it, and all you need to do is, so we Loctite the pivots and our HRDs. So if you want to take either one of these out, you heat it up with a heat gun, or you heat it up with a hair dryer, or you heat it up wherever. I mean, if you want to stick it in the microwave, please videotape it. I would love to see that to be entertaining. I actually don't recommend that, by the way. But you want to make sure that you heat up the pivot or the HRD or whatever it is that's got Loctite on it to the point where if you put your finger on it for more than about 2 seconds, it feels like it's gonna not so much burn you, but it's uncomfortable and you don't want to touch it anymore. So I'm not going to give you a temperature where you got to hit this thing with a thermal gun and make sure that it's all dialed in perfect. It doesn't have to be. You just want to heat it up and then gently stick your Allen key in there and just twist. Now you want to twist to the point where it feels like, okay, this should come undone. If it doesn't come undone, give it more heat. It's really, I don't understand why that's hard to figure out, but just give it a little bit more heat if it doesn't break loose the first time. And then once the bond is released, it will just kind of slowly loosen and then it'll break loose. So that's red Loctite. I really like red Loctite. I don't like blue Loctite. Blue Loctite's kind of a pain. It does not bond very well to the knives in regards to staying in your pocket for a long time and having all the vibration associated with bouncing around in your pocket all day. Red Loctite just holds up better for us. HRDs definitely want to use red Loctite. You don't want those guys backing out. There's absolutely no reason that once you have it set where you like it, there's no reason to change it. So you don't need to fiddle with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That sort of mentality. So yeah, red Loctite. And make sure that after you're done red Loctiting everything, that you don't fiddle with the freaking knife for about 30 minutes so that the Loctite has a chance to dry. And then you're golden. Alright guys, well, I think that's about all I have for my rant on red Loctite. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. Thanks.